All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 7 of Wake Up with the Word so you can take on the world. I know it's been a little while, but I've been going through a lot. And we've all been there. We've all seen the peaks of mountains and been lost in the darkness of the valleys. And sometimes, in those places, it's hard to catch our breath. We sometimes feel small, we feel weak. At times we feel like we're, just alone. And alone we won't ever be enough. We'll just never make it. We can't even see the finish line. You got rent, you got mortgage, you got shoes to buy for your kiddos' feet. And when you get those shoes, they can't run on an empty stomach. And you gotta sometimes take a step back. Even though it's hard, take a breath. And remember, you're not alone. Jesus is in your corner. And through Christ, you're more than enough. You'll never thirst. Jehovah will provide and nourish you in your obedience. And in Luke 16:10, which is where I'm focusing right now, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. And whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much. Now, isn't it absolutely amazing that no one is as good at being you as you are? God knew you before your parents hit puberty and already had a purposeful path planned before this world was even blessed with seeing your beautiful face. So you've got to resist the world's definition of greatness. Now, David, he was a tender of sheep. He was overshadowed by his brothers, not even put on display by his family when the king showed up and was looking for somebody that was anointed, was looking for the future, was looking for somebody touched by the hand of God. David was still out there with the sheep, taking care of the flock while his brothers were on display. He was small. He was thought of as insignificant, like we all feel at times. But David did not become king because he was the cleverest or possessed Samson like strength. He was the most faithful. Even though he was just a mere shepherd boy, he was the most faithful. And years ago, a preacher said, God is not interested in your comfort. He's interested in your character. And that has stuck with me ever since. Sometimes our search for God is predominantly experience-driven. We measure our spiritual growth and depth against our experiences of spirituality. And that's not how God tallies things up. Obedience to Jesus produces godly character, and that's indisputable anywhere on earth. Now, our spirituality, how mature we are, the more we'll become like Jesus in character through spiritual maturity. Things like reliability and honesty, they come from deep inside the heart and really reflect the truth of God. And it's not the big things that determine greatness, but rather how much we can be trusted with the small things. Now, don't fret because you feel weak, because the Lord will give you strength. Don't live in doubt because you don't know what to do, because the Lord will light a path before you. And your little motions may knock down all the dominoes and have big impacts on the salvation of others and the glory of the kingdom. So go out, be a kingdom warrior, even if you feel like a mere shepherd boy. Take care, and God bless.